Kenya here for the Skinny NYC. We are actually here with Mack Wilds, aka Tristan Wilds. So you just released an album. Before we started the interview, we were kind of talking, and I was like, are you excited? How do you feel like finally releasing your album?
I don't know. I think it's like that weird. I think I'm past excited. Like, I think I was excited 2 weeks ago before the album dropped. Like, oh snap, my album is dropping. But I'm such in a place right now where I can't even think straight without just remembering everything that I went through, from being 16 all the way to now. Being in the studio, writing, people that I've worked with that I love, people that I worked with that I hate, etc., etc., etc. But yeah, it really came together to something beautiful.
The album, as a precursor, the backdrop is kind of New York.
Absolutely.
New York, a love story. You worked with people that I had always imagined like meeting, and I never even had a chance to meet as a kid. So what was it like working with Method Man, Raekwon, Salaam Remi, just everybody that is on your album?
Well, first, I think it'd be best to let everybody know who's on it. So it's of course me, Salaam Remi, Pete Rock, DJ Premier, Havoc for Mobb Deep, Bink Dog, James Poyser, Method Man, Raekwon, Dougie Fresh, Neo, James Farrow, Rico Love.
Wow. That sounds like just about everybody. A lot of heavy hitters from the industry.
Absolutely. But we worked on this album strictly based on merit, and I think with everyone, with their contributions that they've done to the album, it was mainly because they've heard the record or they've heard something that I did, and they appreciated that I was actually an artist and not, I guess, a fake or just somebody trying to do it just to do it. So with that, I'm honored to have the people that we have on the album to actually be on the album because they jumped on their own merit. Because of what the body of work that we were creating, it definitely made me feel like, wow, we're really doing something amazing.
In listening to the album, I'm kind of noticing how, like when I listened to the Sober Up, it reminded me a lot of Drake.
Okay.
So with that, just the fact that, with his singing and his rapping, whereas with you it's more singing, but you also incorporate rapping. Was it hard for you, like him, to transition from acting to go into music and to, think about like maybe the bad things that people might say or the stigmas attached to something like that?
Honestly, I don't think the transition necessarily was the hardest thing. I think for me the hardest thing would be getting people to actually listen. The transition was easy. I've been doing music since I was 16, so, I've been doing music way before that, but professionally when I turned 16. So writing everything, honestly, just to craft this album the way we wanted to craft it, we just needed the time. We just needed the space and the time to do it, and we had it. So, to craft the album and to transition into doing the music full time, it only took time, but as for getting people to actually listen to it, it took a little tickle.
With you going from, or transitioning from acting to music, do you still keep in contact with any of your cast members, like from The Wire? Like, I know a few of them were trying to transition into music and it didn't quite catch, and I don't think it will, but what is the relationships with what are the relationships like with you and any of your like previous The Wire cast members?
The Wire cast members, we're like family.
Right.
So I keep in contact with them all the time. They're like aunts, uncles, and cousins.
Likewise with 90210, what is it like? Are there going to be additional seasons? Like what,
Show's over. It's done.
Not going to come back.
But it was fun, and it's bittersweet, definitely.
Yeah.
Like, I love waking up and going on set every day. It was amazing, to know that you have a group of friends, like, castmates.
Right.
It was amazing. You know, everyone would think, you know, like it'd be catty or people would be feeling some sort of way, but you know, everyone from the girls to the guys, to the, you know, to the crew, we really worked with such a synergy. It really sucked, you know, having
Right.
to say our last goodbyes.
The acting, the music. You have been in quite a few videos. So the one video that sticks out in my mind is Roc Boys. And, you know, you played Jay's nephew, and, you know, there was some shady stuff going on. Like, Jay does it a lot. He kind of alludes to things in his videos, and then he leaves it like a to be continued, and then he just never comes back. So I'm like, what the hell? Like, what was supposed to go on? Like, do you know, let's put it this way. If there were to be a continuation of Roc Boys, what do you think would be the outcome? Like, what would have actually happened? And that, where they blacked it out and you don't know if Jay got shot, if you got shot, or if nobody got shot, or what?
Well, I don't think Jay would have gotten shot. It probably would have. Honestly, if I was writing the script, it probably would have been more like, I guess after the nephew saved his life, he would have took him under his wing and just showed him the ropes of the game.
That sounds like a good outcome. I like that one. I just always would wonder. So I know a lot of people probably wonder too, like, what the hell? Like, what would have happened?
Make sure you go check out the album. It's called New York, A Love Story. It's out right now wherever, iTunes, FYE, Best Buy, Walmart. Hi, guys. But enough of that. Enough of my shameless plugs. You're watching Skinny NYC.